Greetings, Peanutians! Once again, we are here with another 6-star chapter guide video. Like with chapters 1 and 2, we have another set of daily challenges as well as chapter challenges that are to be completed within this time frame. Like with all the previous chapters and noted in my 6-star overview video, you can use the catch-up function for both the daily and chapter challenge missions, so plan accordingly. Unlike my previous guide videos for the 6-star event, I will be condensing the video to be better digested. So from now on, I will be explaining how to do the challenge missions as they're listed out for better structuring and ease of consumption by you, the viewers. I hope this change helps in the end. Due to the constant changes to the patch notes, be it before it's released, after, or just periodically throughout each chapter's own release, I highly encourage everyone to keep an eye out for both the official Maplestory website, its memos, bulletins, and the patch notes for any changes that are done pre or post release of this video. I will of course be doing my best to link any of the changes via a link in the description, as well as a written notice of said changes with a timestamp in the pinned comments below, as I've done for both my chapter 1 and chapter 2 guide videos. The first challenge requires you to defeat any boss to obtain an item from the set called Boss Accessory Set a total of 20 times. This challenge is one of the easiest amongst the challenges for chapter 3. Please refer to either the in-game guide UI to see which bosses drop an item for that specific set, or direct your attention to the charts I've created. The only items that may be difficult to collect are the Guardian Slime Ring, as that item requires a little bit more time as the drop rate tends to be low, unless you're fighting its Chaos difficulty version. The rewards for this challenge are 20 Nodestones. The second challenge requires you to steal a Holy Gate in the Guardian Angel Slime fight, a total of 10 times. For this challenge, you can potentially complete this in 1 or 2 Guardian Slime runs. You can do this challenge in either a normal or chaos difficulty run and block the gates in the fight. It is recommended you do this in normal, as you will tend to die less, so you can potentially complete more gate blocks per run without dying out a lot. The rewards for this challenge are 2 2x coupons that last an hour. The third challenge requires you to undo the brands in Damien a total of 50 times. For this challenge, you could potentially just go into any of your mules that can enter the boss fight and just spam entries and cleanse onto tombstones over and over whenever you get a brand mark. Once you have a brand, go to a tombstone that will spawn periodically in the boss fight. Once you position yourself onto the tombstone, be sure to click on whatever button you have mapped for the NPC chat button, and be sure to hold down the NPC chat button until 1. The gauge is full, and 2. The mark on top of your character is gone. Just as a warning, doing the following will interrupt the cleansing process. If you jump, get hit, or attack the boss, or just attack in general, the cleansing process will be interrupted and you will have to restart. The reward for this challenge is a singular damage skin slot expansion coupon. The fourth challenge requires you to defeat Lotus without any deaths. The rewards for this challenge are 5 Karma Solid Cubes, formerly known as Karma Meister Cubes. The fifth challenge requires you to clear 1000 floors in Mulong Dojo in Master or Ranked mode. As this challenge varies depending on the funding and character progression, we'll be using the scenario where your character is able to clear up to floor 50 in the 15-minute time limit given. As each floor's time stops once the boss is killed, you get 10 seconds to progress through the portal to resume the timer and to go to the next boss. Since each boss requires a few seconds to respawn, and taking into account you killing the boss and going into the portal to restart the timer, we'll assume that the total time frame for both of those variables to be 6 seconds. With that being said, 50 times 6 seconds equals 300 seconds divided by 60 equals 5 minutes. So, 5 minutes of total wait time plus 15 minutes of the base time limit will result in 20 minutes total for 50 floors. To keep it simple, we won't count the time between you traveling from the exit room to the lobby, entering and repopping your buffs and potions. So, that would mean 1000 floors divided by 50 equals 20, 20 times 20 minutes equals 400 minutes, 400 minutes divided by 60 equals 6.667 hours. With that being said, obviously, the more funded you are, the less total time for 1000 floors will be less than others. The rewards for this challenge are 5 Karma Eternal Rebirth Flames. The sixth challenge requires you to defeat Lucid with a Hyper Burning character set at the previous time noted from the previous challenges. The reward for this challenge are 10 Extreme Growth Potions, which are essentially bonk potions. The seventh challenge requires you to defeat all 6 of Black Mage's Elite Guard. Unfortunately, due to the vagueness of the patch notes, I will be updating the pinned comment when the servers go live after they update. With that being said, keep your eyes out for the pinned comment for when things go live. The rewards for this challenge are 5 rarer treasure chests, which are not the same as the regular ones from Elite bosses. The 8th challenge requires you to deal critical damage to Infernal Wolf a total of 5 times. And when the challenge means critical damage, it doesn't mean actually doing a damage that yields critical damage. Depending on the level of the character you are attempting this challenge on, different Infernal Wolves will spawn. If you are between levels 1 and 199, you will only go to the normal Infernal Wolves, which has a 10 billion HP. If you are between levels 200 and 259, you will get the Chaos Infernal Wolf that has 20 trillion HP. If you are levels 260 and above, you will get the Extreme Infernal Wolf that has 100 trillion HP. And to go over what critical damage is in Infernal Wolf, this will base off of the total amount of damage you do depending on your level. For normal Infernal Wolves, critical damage requires you to do 150 million damage or more, which is 1.5% of its total HP. For Chaos Infernal Wolves, critical damage requires you to do a total of 65 billion damage or more, which is 0.325% of its total HP. For the Extreme Infernal Wolf, critical damage requires you to do a total of 1.6 trillion damage or more, which is 1.6% of its total HP. For any of the 3 Infernal Wolves, it is recommended, while farming for an Infernal Wolf portal, to not pop any of your burst skills and wait for a portal to appear. Once a portal appears, prep your burst before going in so that you can ensure that you do the required amount of damage per entry. Depending on your gear and character progression, try and farm for the portal that is easiest for your character to reach the critical damage threshold. In addition, if you fail to do the 5 runs on one character, remember, each character has a 5 entry limit per day. The reward for this challenge is a singular Mega Character Burninator coupon. The 9th challenge requires you to defeat Ursus with a rank A or higher a total of 50 times. This one can be easily done simply by entering Ursus every day for a total of 3 times a day. If you're unfortunately one of the people who lags too hard on entry into random queue mode, you can always go about forming a party with your friends or guild to collectively go in with the understanding that no one kills Ursus until everyone can see that everyone has dealt damage to Ursus. You can verify this by opening the stat window so everyone can get a rank A or above by completing the run. As we get 21 days for this chapter 2, we will get a total of 63 chances to get rank A, so be conscious of your entry counts. Typically, I will go into detail, but Ursa's ranking system is so lax that I won't be going into detail on this. But I will mention at the very least, so long as you hit the boss once in random queue mode before the boss dies, you will usually end up with rank S or above. The reward for this challenge is a singular Ursus loot box. The 10th and final challenge requires you to defeat Chaos Vellum in less than 180 seconds with your Hyper Burning character. This challenge requires the exact same requirements as the previous mentioned Hyper Burning challenge, specifically the creation time of the Hyper Burning character. This specific challenge requires you to solo Chaos Vellum on your Hyper Burning character in less than 3 minutes by itself. You cannot do this in a party. The reward for this final challenge is one of 3 Event Ring Selector coupon. Now, as for the 5 challenges that I believe are the easiest to complete for this chapter, I will be including a timestamp for each challenge so you can refer to the previous noted section of this video, specifics and how to complete the said challenge. The 5 challenges that I believe are the easiest to complete are 1. Defeat a boss and obtain a boss accessory set item. 2. Steal a Holy Gate in Guardian Angel Slime fight a total of 10 times. 3. Undo a brand in Damien a total of 50 times. 4. Defeat Ursus with rank A or higher a total of 50 times. And lastly, dealing critical damage to Infernal Wolf a total of 5 times. If by chance you are unable to complete the previously noted 5 challenges that I recommended, here are some honorable mentions. Depending on how funded or progressed your Hyper Burning character is, and your connections, these are challenges that may be what you aim to fulfill for the 5 out of 5 challenge missions for this chapter. If you're able to, you can aim to defeat the Chaos Vellum challenge in less than 180 seconds if you're capable of doing so on their Hyper Burning character. The second one is, if you have friends or guildies who carry Lucid, you could potentially get a carry for this boss to fulfill this challenge. And just so I can avoid repeating myself with the others, the only other challenge will be to do the Dojo Floor Completion Challenge, as this one will only require time. The only challenge I would suggest you avoid, unless you complete it by chance, would be the Elite Boss Challenge, as this one is not only time consuming, but potentially RNG gated. Once reaching the 10 out of 10 daily challenge completion, as well as the 5 out of 5 challenge mission completions, you will then be able to claim the following: a Chapter 3 EXP potion that allows leveling up from 200 to 229 that is also applicable to Hyper Burning characters, a Karma Legendary Potential Scroll that's 100% success rate, a unique Frozen Secondary Weapon box that contains a unique potential Frozen Secondary Weapon of your choosing for your specific job, 6 weekly boss clear count reset tickets, an Event Ring exclusive Legendary Potential Scroll that has a 100% success rate, and lastly, a Terryroid coupon that contains a Terryroid and a permanent Lydium Heart. Greetings, Peanutians. I hope you found this guide video to be helpful and hopefully better structured than the first two. If it was, please let me know in the comments if it was better or not, and I'll revert it back to the previous version if the majority prefer the previous version. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your support and you have shown my latest videos as well as my channel overall, as I'm getting closer and closer to meeting the requirements to become a YouTube partner. Once I do hit that requirement and become partnered, I'll be hosting a subathon on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/creativepeanut, where we will be holding giveaways of Maple Points and potentially more. Also, in the event that any of the information is inaccurate due to the patch notes being released or revised, please refer to the pinned comment in the comment section below for any changes or updates that I need to make based off any said changes from the patch notes. With that being said, I hope to see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.